Hey guys, welcome back. We are back with another episode. Thanks to everyone that are already waiting and getting ready to get started. But yeah, we're back, episode 47. As you know, like we always do, we'll talk about the Huddersfield game, talk about Taylor, of course, get into the Shrewsbury game later on. Of course, they are next up at the Mem on Tuesday night. But we already got a few comments as well. We're even into Charlie BR, Chris Collier, Simon Bracey. We got Ben Darrell. We got Jason as well, Thatcher's and Sam, and yeah, loads of people already getting weird. Yeah, as you know, you've probably seen like when I've done like the post that yeah, Josh is still at work. He also works on the weekends as well. So yeah, Josh is unavailable tonight, but I'm sure we'll all be back next Thursday. But of course Josh has sent me over his starting 11, his predictions, etc. for the Shrewsbury game, which we'll get on later, so you can see all of his predictions and stuff. Ben Darrell saying Luca Hall injured. Is he injured? Is he? I didn't realize that. Were you boys close? Yeah, to be fair, that's probably the best bit about the day. Also, apart from getting back on time, because as most of you probably seen, when Mansell put the post up of that when the motorway was a shambles. Yeah, I was right behind that. And to be fair, at 1:30, it said on the sat nav that we'd get there at 3:30. So, to be fair, in the end, I wish I did get there at 3:30, because then I would have, not watched that yesterday. But yeah, even into Jamie as well. But yeah, yeah, Rob's gone viral early after that. But yeah, joined by Neil. How are you doing, Neil? You good?
All right, mate. All things considered, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Obviously, Neil's back. Neil was, of course, involved in the chat last week as well. But yeah, up the Marcus as well, says Harry. But yeah, as always, please subscribe if you're new. Appreciate the support. Loads and loads of comments yesterday on the reaction video, which we'll get into. And yeah, of course, pretty much, I think 95% of people, not happy with Taylor. Even into Gordo as well. But yeah, subscribe if you're new. Leave a like. We always try and get 50 likes, so please hit the like button. It's easy to do so. If you don't do it now, then just go down, hit the like button. It always helps out and push out the channel to more gas heads and more, football fans in general. Of course, the socials and down below, fan hub code, etc. You can see that in the description and the code. But yeah, we'll get into it. I'll get your thoughts, Neil, first. Of course, you was there yesterday as well, and you was very, very close to the correct prediction as well. You went with 3-0. I still don't know why I went with 3-2 Rovers. But yeah, the less said about that, the better. Also, I've like I said the last episode, I've added in all the prediction points from the Burton game and Huddersfield games. So the top 3 or top 4, actually, because Neil and Josh are actually joint on 9 points. Fair play John Cozzolino, because he's smashing it. He's top with 13 points. Tom Butler second with 10 points. And yeah, Neil and Josh level on 9 points. But yeah, what did you make of yesterday? Based on the game, we'll get into the Taylor stuff after, but based on the performance, your thoughts on us, your thoughts on Huddersfield, the whole game in general, what did you make of it?
It was even worse than I knew it was going to be. It was even worse than what I knew it was going to be. Like, I had no expectation of us doing anything up there yesterday. I was going there pretty quietly confident, knowing that we were going to get beat. But that being said, like I've said before, like, when you're a side like us in this division, like, you're going to get beat, but there's ways of getting beat. There's ways of getting beat. And yesterday was just another typical example of an unacceptable defeat. Like, I can cop it if we get rolled over by a side that's far superior to us and we get undone by a bit of quality. But like, it wasn't that difficult for Huddersfield yesterday, and we didn't make it that difficult. They spent 30 minutes in second gear feeling us out, identified what we were doing, the shape that we were set up at, understood that what they had to do was nullify Hunt to get any form of wide outlet to get us up the pitch. that resulted to us going direct to promise. And they basically played 3-2-4-1 and suffocated us out the pitch with a bit of educated pressure, so we couldn't get out. And like I said, felt us out for 30 minutes, then decided to ramp it up a touch, goal. And then once a goal goes in, it's curtains. There's no way back. And then, obviously, they go in at 2-0 because they can. Come out second half, get another early one. And effectively, they took their foot off our throat because they got a game Tuesday, same as we have. They took their foot off the throat because that could have been they could have been anything Huddersfield wanted it to be, really. And I don't think I know we'll get into Taylor a bit. He's done himself no favours with that post-match interview. Don't try and make out with it. We could have been in the game late on if this goes our way, that goes our way. Could have been 5 or 6 down before that if Griff hadn't got his hands to stuff. We were never in it. Let's not make out we could have got back in it. We were never in it. And the only reason we had any form of success with our subs was because Huddersfield made subs to save themselves for Tuesday, and that stemmed their momentum a little bit. That was all. It was just game management, and they took their foot off our throat. We was never in that football match, and it was pretty much they pretty much did to us what we did to Charlton. It was just one of them, really. We were never in it. We didn't have a prayer from kickoff. And there's not too much to say about it because there is nothing to take from it. There is no positive. You can talk about the subs and Hutchinson got a goal, but it's all a byproduct of Huddersfield just taking their foot off our throat. That's all that is.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. When I listened to that Taylor interview, I was. Oh God, I was.
I understand that he has to protect himself. At the end of the day, he's got to look after himself. He's in a job and he wants to keep getting paid as long as he can. But you can't say them things and think that you're going to fool anyone. You're fooling no one saying that. Them players know exactly what the crack is. He knows what the score is, and you're insulting in people's intelligence if you think we were ever at a shot of being in that game.
I couldn't believe it. Obviously. Yeah, I'd done the video. Yeah, travelled for a bit. That come out, and it was like, I thought the Peterborough after the Peterborough one was bad, but yeah, that one was ridiculous. Like you said, everyone has got knowledge. Like everyone's seen that, whether they were at home, whether they were at the game, and yeah, if you think like, it's gonna be acceptable. Like you said. Of course, he wants to stay in the job longer, and he's going to give his thoughts on the game. But yeah, if he thinks that is going to do him any better, then yeah, it's not good at all. I mean, yeah, for me, obviously, I've done the reaction, given it, over a day to think about it. Yeah, it was just, dominance, wasn't it? Really, like I said in the reaction, I keep going back on it. It's all right playing a 3, but it wasn't a 3. It was a flat 5. It was like Rotherham all over again, really. I missed the first couple of minutes because the traffic was just a nightmare. But I don't know how we played in the first couple of minutes. But I don't reckon it was probably anything different to what we've seen for up to 60 minutes, really. Complete dominance. Like you said, it was curtains before, when that first goal goes in. And yeah, it was just frustrating. There was no outlay. Players didn't really know what they were doing. Again, I harped on about I do like a 3 at the back formation when it works, but when you've got no outlet and when he said after the Swindon game that we needed this break, but what have they worked on? It's nothing really, and like you said, there's nothing. Like I said, it was good for Hutchinson to get a goal, but there is like literally no positives. And also, yes, there probably should have been a penalty for Sousa, but yeah, overall it was. I think Taylor got a little bit lucky. I think because I think if it was what it looked on the pitch with the chances they were having, it should have been 5-6, and that would have been him out straight away. I think after that game, not long after, but it's almost give him I don't really know what's going on. Like hearing things from like certain people, it's like even above Taylor. Like when you hear some of the things that's going on, it doesn't look good at all. But when you're there and you want to try and get some, that's the problem. There's no consistency, is there? We get a win against Swindon, not Swindon. We get a win against Charlton. We're thinking, oh yeah, really good. We play awful for 45 against Burton. He makes changes. We look good. We win, and then it sticks with the 3 for Swindon with a different team, gets battered. Sticks with the 3 again. I mean, what was your thoughts on, like, I come back from half time and I couldn't believe there was no subs. Like even tactically there was nothing. Was you confused at that there was no changes at all, considering how poor the first half was and how dominant Huddersfield were?
Yeah, sort of. I can see both sides of the coin, really. I was surprised that he didn't make any changes, but also at that point, he's probably thinking this is damage limitation anyway. I'm going to make changes, but I'll do it later on in the end, because you sort of got one eye on Tuesday then, ain't you? You got to look to see, right, I'm not going to bleed players off of this bench. I might start Tuesday earlier than I have to, knowing full well that we ain't got a prayer of getting back in this game. So it was like damage limitation. So I'll let these lads go back out there, have another 15, 20 minutes before I start implementing, legs to get back in there that they're probably going to play on Tuesday anyway. So it was a lose-lose to me for like making changes, whether you did or you didn't. You didn't win. Nothing good comes of it, because you beat regardless, and you're probably playing lads earlier than you want to keep fresh for Tuesday night. So, but I know people can pick the bones out of 3 at the back, 4 at the back. System don't fix this. Changing the system don't fix this. You could play whatever system you want. If you've got that culture, it doesn't matter what you play. You could play 3-4-3, go real basic, 4-4-2. You can do whatever you want. The system's not the issue. The culture's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? And like you said, when there's, we had the chance to, win 3 in a row in the league for the first time since the end of the promotion season. But that's the problem. Even there, when you look at when you can't string sort of 3 wins in a row, you don't really know what the plan is. Everyone's questioning like what is going on, on the pitch and even off the pitch, and behind the scenes, etc. And it is true what you say, really, because it's so frustrating, because even when you go back to the start and you look at, there's I don't know, I can't remember who put it out now, but I'm sure you might have seen, we might make a decision if Tuesday doesn't go away. It shouldn't be. It's going to be going on like for for ages if it's going to be like that. If you're going to, it's like, I think a decision's got to be made. Like, I've backed him long enough. Lots of fans have, as most of you know. I wanted him gone after Wickham, but it's just not. It's not working. And then when you hear about more players falling out with him, Thomas was his go-to guy, and now he can't even make, for whatever everyone's thoughts on it, he can't even make the bench now. And hearing stuff of what's going on with him and other players, Michael Forbes can't get in the squad, and when you start hearing all that stuff, and you think, like you said before we went live, it's sort of falling out with the squad from last year, and now he's got a new squad, and there's more players he's falling out with. Like, it's not good, is it? It's not good at all.
I don't even think it's falling out. It's just, like I said to you when he got the job, I was really dubious about it, the bloke's character and personality to take that group on, and that showed to be what it was. He's got a new group in. Him and a director of football have sat down, and look, this is all assumption, but I can't believe there's a world where he doesn't get the final say in approving those players. Like, George Friend and his team can bring these players to the table, but surely your manager has to have the final say on if they come through the door or not. And it's that, like I said to you before, there's no connection. There's no connection between them. Like, there's nothing there as far as a form of warmth or relationship. Like Charlton was the benchmark, but they looked like they were all over each other to do that for themselves. Like Taylor they weren't in it for him. Like, and I just think he's miles too distant from that squad. He's miles too distant from us as a fan base. And if that's his character and how he operates, then that might suit Exeter. That might suit. But for Bristol Rovers, you've got. I don't know of us ever having a manager that was distant and it worked out pretty well. Do you know what I mean? You've got to have that, you've got to be close and connected. And like I said about Joey, like people have got their thoughts about Joey, but everyone loved that team. Everyone loved that team. There was a connection with that team. Well, what your thoughts on Joey was, he created that culture of it's us against the world. It's like, and we was all in it together from fans and team, and we followed them up and down the country. They got results. It was blood, guts, thunder, and we was all in it together, and we loved it. The Joey thing's a separate issue, but that's what he built. That's what he created.
Yeah.
The Taylor thing's nothing. It's empty. And like, if there's interference from above, then I sympathise with him. And to be honest, if there is interference from above, whoever takes this job is onto a non-starter, because you can't have it. It's not productive. You've got to let your managers manage. And if you're going to bring in, you could bring in anyone you like, name whoever you want. If you've got people poking their nose in who ain't football people, telling you what you should and shouldn't do, or making certain decisions on certain things when you're trying to manage a football club, you've grown eyed into nothing. You can name whoever you want. You can name Schumacher. You can bring them all in. If you've got interference from above, you're never going to get anything. So if that is happening, I sympathise with Taylor, and it's shit. But if you could bring in anyone, you can. Sacking Taylor ain't the issue. It ain't fixing anything if you've still got interference. Like, and it makes me wonder whether that was a real concern for Nathan Jones, because the contract was put in front of him by all accounts. It was there for him to sign. And he walked away from it. Now, if he got a gut feeling that this doesn't feel right to me, then maybe that's why he walked away. I'm not too sure the ins and outs of it, but like I said, bring in whoever you want, but it doesn't fix anything if you still got interference.
That's the problem. If you got interference from like above, and that's an even bigger issue. But the thing, I agree with you, and a lot of people have said, the sort of passion, and that's the thing. That when there's no connection, even like you said, when you look at Daryl and whoever, a lot of, like you said, when I know it was sort of in a the COVID era, but even you can sort of see when you either like listen to them or how they go about themselves, like whether it's sort of gonna work in a way. Like I liked, obviously, when Taylor was at Exeter, I liked him, but obviously I wasn't seeing him all the time, interviews, etc., how he reacts and stuff. But even then, like hearing stuff about him at Rotherham, some Rotherham fan commented on the reaction yesterday, basically saying loads of stuff about his, like how he goes about things, style of play, didn't want to change it, etc. Like you said, a connection, I think, is you can have all the other stuff, like you can have quality on the pitch, but when the guy's actually managing you, and when the fan base is there, and they want to see like even a tiny bit of passion, it doesn't, like you said, as soon as he joined us, it's just like he's that sort of he's that guy
for that playing squad he took over. I just had a gut feeling he was all wrong for him. He was all wrong for him. They were never going to see eye to eye. But like I said, summer's a clean slate. But look what's materialised off the back of him having a clean slate. Like I said, it's all, I'm presuming, and I can't see a world why he wouldn't have final say in these players coming through the door. Like, they can be presented to him, but surely he's got to be the one that says, "Yeah, I'll take him."
Yeah,
like,
100%.
Because he needs to work with what he wants to work with, and I'd like to think that's the case. So he's got in what he's wanted, and he's in the relationship with these players. From the look of it, from the outside in, looks pretty empty. Like there's no bond there. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, he's very standoffish. He's very distant. He comes across very awkward. Looks like a lonely lost soul at the minute in that dugout. Like, especially obviously Saturday. But off the back of that, second half, he's hearing his own fans giving him pelters for 45 minutes, singing and chanting and sort of serenading his predecessor that went. And then you can't give the bloke flack for not wanting to come over, because all he's going to do the minute he starts walking towards you is you're going to give him even loads more and tell him to get fucked. So what is the point in him coming over? Like, I wouldn't do it either, you know. Yeah. So he was on a hiding to nothing. He was on a hiding to nothing coming over. So and to be honest, when he you know took on the mantle of what Joey used to do, and you know, give it loads to the Thatchers when we win a game.
Yeah, even then Taylor don't.
It looked awkward. It looked forced, and I don't think it's him. It's not a bit of him. Like it's just not. It's just not in his character to be like that. So, I just don't know if, like I said, when it started to wobble at the start, the thing when Joey got sacked was, I thought that was retrievable. He could have never worked with this new board. Like it would have never worked out. Yeah. But that situation would have been retrievable regarding playing staff. And in my mind, but this. Like, I want Taylor to prove me wrong. Trust me, I really do. But I just don't see how this is retrievable. I just don't see him being able to retrieve this now. And you can't. The bloke is constantly going to be on a knife edge. You can't do the win a game, see how he goes for 2, win a game, see how he goes.
That's the problem.
And honestly, this bloke now is put himself in a position with how he operates and the relationship he has with the fan base and the playing group and how the whole culture of the club is at the minute. He could win 5 on the spin and people would still be questioning him. You know what I mean? I just don't think he retrieves this. Like, I just don't think he's cut out for it. But the caveat to that is, like I said before, if you're going to have interference from the board, no one's cut out for it. It's a sinking ship if you're going to do that. Doesn't matter who you bring in. So I sympathise with him a little bit if that is the case.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We don't really know what's going on.
I just think he's on a hide into nothing. Like if I'm Matt Taylor's agent and his family, I'm thinking just ride this out until you get given the bullet, because at least you're going to get a year's money paid up. You never don't walk away from it. Just suck it up and wait until you take the money. Like, no one's advising him to quit. You just got to wait for it to come and get paid up.
Yeah,
I expect he knows what's coming in due course. Like. Because, like I said, in that dugout, he looks like a lost soul to me. He just looks like a lonely lost soul. Like, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. And even if we jag a result Tuesday, it just goes on and on. I just think he's on a knife edge constantly. He's constantly on a knife edge.
Yeah, that's the thing. That post earlier. I'm sure most of you have seen it. If you haven't, it's on Twitter or X, if you will. But basically says, like, if there's not like a really, really good result and like a clear sort of, I don't know, style or whatever, then basically that's it. But that's the thing. I don't know how it can sort of go on. I mean, I guess, like you said, me and you have said a lot, and about him wanting him to do really well. A lot of you can go back to my first video when he got announced, like I spoke before, like at the start, my first choice was Nathan Jones. But then when there was like rumors of when he basically said no, and there was loads of other interviews and stuff like that, then it was Taylor. But yeah, unfortunately, like you said, there's just been sort of, you can't go, yes, Huddersfield are really good and they'll have a lot of backing, but their manager's only been there since the start of the season, and it was like a conference team going to a championship team or a Premier League team, like just sit there and hope to not concede, early, basically, and then when it does, then it goes 1, 2, 3, and yeah, like you said, they sort of took their foot off the gas and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the problem. I agree with you. Like the connection, it's just not really there. And like you said, like you can't keep saying, "Oh yeah, let's give him one more game," because like again Tuesday it's going to be like, I'm expecting us to win, because it's Shrewsbury and because we're at home. But even then, it's not a foregone conclusion that we do win. And like you said, then it goes back to Reading away next week. They're on amazing. Like I know their away form's poor, but their home form is like probably top 3 in the league. And yeah, that's going to be another one where it could go bad. But yeah, Ben saying some Huddersfield fans saying it worst team they've seen this season sums it up. Yeah, what are you going to say?
We're in the same situation now as what we
were last season, basically.
Well, when we were under Mangs, that's where we were. But the difference is everyone was rooting for Mangs. Everyone was rooting for him. I don't think anyone's rooting for this guy at the minute.
No, not really.
That's the difference. We're on a knife edge, and the whole thing is you're living day to day, because it's like it's a matter of time, isn't it? It's just it's like he's on death row, isn't it? Like he's just waiting for it to happen. At some point, it's going to happen. He's waiting for when it is. But again, recruitment's going to be difficult, I think, because if it's gone round, if it's being circulated that there's interference at Bristol Rovers from above, there ain't going to be too many that are like too keen on coming in for an interview. If there's other options of being able to do what they want to do at a football club and actually do it the way they want to do it, because no one wants people poking their nose in when you're trying to do a job, like no matter what line 100%. Of work you're in, especially as a football manager. So if that is the case, I don't know if it is correct or not, but Saturday there was loads of murmurs of it. It was a big talking point Saturday. So there's no smoke without fire, is there?
Yeah. And that's the thing, when it gets like yesterday, there's been obviously quite a few games after results where, where fans have been quite annoyed, but I think yesterday reminds me, obviously it's different because yesterday was away, and it reminds me though of Reading at home, where 2-0 down, getting completely dominated at home. Half time there was loads of like anger from fans and stuff like that, and then at full time again it was pretty much the same. But yesterday it was crazy. Like it got worse and worse and worse as the game went on. And that's the problem when it starts getting like that's when there's sort of no thing. But then, like you said, you don't know what's going on. Like I've heard a lot of stuff, but I don't know obviously how true it is and stuff. And when fans start more and more sort of going against the manager, etc., then you're sort of near the end. But like you said, it can't just keep going on where if he wins, he stays for another 2. Like you've just got to make a decision, because in the the time that he's had, it's almost been like that. It's been like, win a game, then we'll lose 2 or 3. And that's the problem. Like
the men will be horrible Tuesday. I reckon that fans will be on him from kickoff. They'll be on him from kickoff. I think. Wouldn't surprise me if the "In Joey We Trust" flag comes back out. Do you know what I mean? It was that bad. It was that bad Saturday. Like the stuff that was being chanted on Saturday was enough to make you not want to come out your dugout. Do you know what I mean? It was brutal. But it was that bad, and we was that far away from home, obviously, that I was thinking I'm going to leg it on with 15 to go, just to beat it. But I stayed just to see how bad it was going to get, because it was ramping up and up and up.
Yeah,
like God knows what would have happened to the fella if he'd have come over. Like he would have got it both barrels from God knows how many.
Yeah, it was bad because with me, I was sat at the front and quite near the front, and a lot of people at the front weren't really chanting, but from sort of 20 yards behind me to upward, there was a lot. It was crazy.
I was sort of middle to back, and people were spewing really, really fuming.
Yeah, it was mad. Yeah, and like you said, when it gets like that, that's when it's. Yeah, I mean, we already sort of knew it was bad anyway, but when it starts getting like that, then yeah, it's not gonna. Like you said, it happened. It happened really bad with Joey after the poor start. After them, the 3 home games where we got absolutely battered. But you could see in even with me, I think I still think we've got a good side overall, but the longer Taylor is in charge, I don't have faith in Taylor. Like with sort of Barton, you could see something, but there's just nothing with Taylor, and that's the problem. Like
I honestly, I think we're really messy top to bottom. Like I get the impression that the football club as a whole is pretty messy top to bottom at the minute. We've under Taylor and obviously the clean slate, and what are we in now? 11, 12 games.
Yeah, we're going into our 12th game 12th league game on Tuesday.
So we're going to go into our 12th game. I've still no idea what we are. I still don't know what we're meant to be as a team. No idea what we're supposed to be, like what our identity is as a team, or what we're trying to do. And like under this new ownership, what are we? What's our culture? What do we stand for? I don't know nothing anymore. I just feel like we're messy top to bottom. We're like pissing in the wind. Like you can harp on about Bristol Rovers and what they were, but I don't know anything about what we are now. Like I don't know. And I think
that's what sums it up.
If you was to ask
even an opposition fan,
they'd probably say, I don't know what you're meant to be or what you are anymore, what you stand for, or what you're about either.
Yeah. That's when it's bad, when like fans, like even Ben saying, shout out to Ben as well, only missed 1 game. I can honestly say I see no improvement at all. Same every week. We get opened up too easily. Yeah, and there's stats as well. A few people posted it about Taylor being a defender, and we're just sort of all over the place. And like you said, when as a fan and you'll go into games, or even if you don't go to games, like even if you miss something, you just watch it on telly, you're thinking, what? Because I think it sort of looks bad like both ways. I've watched games before, like going back to the end of last season, where like if most of you know me, like, I'll go to like every game, but last season, probably the last sort of 10 games, I only went to maybe 2 of the away games, and I went to all the home games. But like when you're looking at like Port Vale away, Lincoln away, but even games this season, when you're at the ground and you're thinking like, what are we, like you said, we've said it every week. You're like, what is the plan? And some Huddersfield fan commented on the video yesterday saying like worst team I've seen. And like, I don't know what you're trying to do. And that sums it up. Like when Ben Darrell said, like when fans that you're playing against say like, what are you doing, or what are you meant to do? That's when it's even worse. But please continuing hitting the like button. There's 83 of you in. So thanks to everyone tuning in live. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you're new. And please hit the like button. If we can get anything close to 80 likes, and that would be amazing. It would really help out the channel. Like I said, subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 7,000. If we can hit that as soon as possible, then that would be brilliant. Use the Fan Hub code if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have already joined through that as well. And please go and follow the socials as well. Talking Gas Pod on Twitter and Talking Gas Podcast on Instagram. That would be appreciated. And also feel free to follow us on our socials. Josh's channel as well is in the description, as well as his TikTok as well. And as most of you know, I've got a TikTok. It's the same as my Instagram and Twitter handle as well. Yeah, a lot of people mentioning managers. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it after after the Peterborough game or after the Wickham game? Obviously, I'm guessing are you still on that Ainsworth train? Would that be your choice still personally?
In the minute, yeah. But again, the caveat to that is, if you've got people poking their nose in, it don't matter who comes through the door. So if that happened and he got the bullet and someone else come in, I'd be really dubious on judging the fella, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, regardless of results, I'd be really dubious on thinking, is he being able to do his job?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think it will come out in the end, because I've read loads of bad stuff, like even going back from last season, like when they first come in and stuff like that. And yeah, even now, even into Jimmy as well, Blaze Ramble, really good Sheffield United content creator. Subscribe to him. He says, "Evening, boys. Sorry to see it's not going great for the Gas. If you pull the trigger, who would you want?" To be fair, there's been a lot of talk I've seen recently of Gary Rower. Yeah, whenever we've played him, I've liked his teams. It hasn't, where was he at? Millwall. He's been at was he at Stoke as well? Yeah, Burton. Obviously, Burton, where he was properly first made his mark, won it as a manager. But yeah, but yeah, for me, yeah, Birmingham as well. But yeah, it haven't really worked out for him. Yeah, for me, I'd still, if like I've already said the last time, Ruben Sellers was the one for me, but I can't, at the mess that Rovers is at the moment, he definitely won't come. It'd be hard, really. I like Ryan Lowe, but would he come to Rovers? I like Schumacher as well, but that's the thing. It could be anyone. Like after what happened with getting Taylor appointed, what it took us 5-6 weeks. Could be anyone, but yeah, for me, I said Sellers, but if not him, then yeah, the real good names that I like are Schumacher and Ryan Lowe. But would they both come back down south to manage? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think, yeah, that's our thoughts. I think, yeah, we'll get Josh's thoughts when he's back on next. I think Josh. I think what I've seen is basically, yeah, one last chance is what he said. I think he tweeted out. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week when we do our episode next week. But yeah, Gordo saying Matt Bray saying not another Scouser. Kelly saying Daryl Clark. Yeah, it's not really going well for him at Barnsley either, to be honest. I didn't think it would work out, but yeah, for me, me personally, I don't like going back to old managers. And I think how he sort of, the terms he left on last time, yeah, I wouldn't want, like I said, I don't like going back to old managers anyway, personally. Yeah, constantly changing managers, but no change in play. Is it our recruiting of managers or behind the scenes? That's the problem. We don't really know what's going on at the moment. What else? Definitely not Holloway, says Alicia. It's inconsistent because he's clueless, says Andy. He's lost and making random changes. Every so often it works, but he doesn't know why. A lot of people including a lot in the way Burton were furious with Taylor not coming over. Yeah. To be fair, even at Burton he didn't come over and clap. That was a bit weird. I wasn't furious, but it was weird, especially after a win. But yeah, that's fair enough. Sack Taylor no matter what happens Tuesday and bring in Ainsworth. Yeah, Ben saying all the stuff with the owners as well. Yeah, if you haven't already, I want to quickly, it'd be good to do whatever manager you would like to everyone in the comments, please get them down so we can go through. Just write what manager you would like. It'd be interesting to see that. I know a lot of you have already commented, but do it now so that I could just quickly go through the comments and see what everyone says. Yeah, Gordon lose Tuesday and he will be gone. What players have fallen out with Taylor? Well, one you can clearly see is Thomas, because he was literally Taylor's go-to guy and he's not even been in the squad the last 2 league games. So that's when you know it's a bit mad. I'm not sure what else. I can't see the players not being fit. Yeah, even it's a bit weird, but yeah, please all get them in. So Harry says Super Pete Wild. Yeah, he's out of job. But yeah, please all get them in the comments as well. It would be interesting to see all your thoughts on that. Yeah, it would be Rovers if Marquis to sack Taylor. Of course, he's always had a brilliant record as well, and Marquis against Rovers. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Yeah, and I think Marcus, by the sounds of things last season, even though like he, I didn't, he's given everything at Rovers, but I think even him, like I heard a few stuff with him. Yeah, realistic. That's the thing. Like we've give our thoughts. Really, I think it's like you said. It's hard if stuff is going on like above as well. Like, yeah, you don't really know like what's going on. Yeah, I think to be fair, a lot of people have said Ainsworth, John Terry. Why not? Another defender, another centre back. Predictions on attendance. I'm going 6,100. Oh, God knows. I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, bring back Joey. Reading will be toxic Saturday if he's still here. Yeah, 100%. Ainsworth not the answer. But yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he got him in the championship as well, didn't he? Even to Tom as well. Yeah, even him would love Schumacher, but no chance. Although anyone would be better at the moment. Harry says Pete Wild. Charlie Adam, that's a good shout. I do like Charlie Adam. That's a good shout. Tony Pulis, Mangan, Schumacher. What else? Clements at Barrow.
Whoever it is, has got to be able to and got to want to work under the current structure, though, isn't it? You've got to want to work underneath the director of football. You've got to want to work under George Friend. Like some of these names might not be interested in doing that. Like, so someone's got to fit the bill as far as being agreeing to work under the profile of how he's going to have to operate.
Yeah.
Take someone like Joey, for instance. He'd have never had it. I don't want it. Don't need it. He wants to do it all his own way. I've got my own men to come and do this, that, and the other. Like there's certain individuals that won't want to conform to working under George Friend and a director of football and a head of recruitment and all that. So it's going to narrow down from like to candidates that are happy to work into that structure.
Yeah, that's the problem as well. Tony Pulis, Holloway, even into Jake as well. I'm not sure what Jake that is, but yeah, appreciate you anyway for tuning in. Dean Brennan at Barnet. Shoot me if you want. To be fair, he's doing well, isn't he? He's top of the league. I know he's top of the league. Yeah, a lot of good shouts. Jason says Earl Bullet, the one that got the bullet from Cardiff not long ago. What else? 2024, and I'm hearing Holloway. Yeah, that's the thing. It's fair enough though. People, yeah, fair enough. It's all about opinions though, isn't it? Fair play. If I'm not going to judge anyone on who they want. Everyone has their own opinions as well. So, even to David, my daughter and I were at the game yesterday where Gashead's living in Huddersfield. She has to go to school with all the town fans. Yeah, I feel sorry for. Yeah, I do as well. Yeah, Gashead's living in Huddersfield, going into school after that. That'd be interesting. It's the same with me though. Like it's the same with me. I'll go in because I work as a teaching assistant and I work in I've worked at different schools and stuff, but I'm working in Bedminster tomorrow, so I'll be getting loads of shit as well probably. After they want to do their weekly. Oh, and it's Jake Barber. Yeah, shout out Jake Barber, the first gas vlogger, absolute hero. And obviously used to come on the channel back during COVID as well. Kevin Mayer. Yeah, of course he was at Rovers, wasn't he? As well, he's at Southend. Jamie says, Clements. But yeah, loads of different opinions. Harry said Neil Davis for me. Why not?
Couldn't afford me.
Couldn't afford me. But yeah, loads of different opinions. To be fair, loads of give it Hayner till Christmas. Yeah, it'd be a nice early birthday present. So why not? Western Superman manager after they dump us out of the FA Cup. Hayner and Neil double act till Christmas. We need a manager with a passion for the club, e.g. Holloway. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah, but no, that's fair enough. Yes, appreciate everyone that's got in their thoughts. I mean, to be fair, yeah, there's been a lot of chat, to be fair. But yeah, thanks to everyone. There's nearly 100 people. So as I say, keep hitting the like button. It really does help out. I know I go on about it all the time, but it gets out to other gas heads and to other fans as well. So hit the like button, keep getting in your comments. even into James as well, manager with loads of experience, Holloway. Yeah, to be fair, a lot of the talk, it's either Lowe, Schumacher, Ainsworth, Holloway, or someone else. But yeah, appreciate everyone's comments. I've tried to get through as many as I can. And also subscribe if you're new. There's a lot of people that watch the episodes or watch the other videos that we do that aren't subscribed. So please do subscribe. But yeah, getting into Shrewsbury now. As we know, they're next up. Ross, well, it would be Luca Hall returning, but Ben says he's injured. So yeah, John Marquis as well, who's actually level on goals with Omachiri after his brace at Crawley, come to the men. Currently 21st in the league. You know, we're 5 points ahead of them. They've only got 2 wins out of 12, drew 2 and lost 8, currently on 8 points. As everyone knows, Rovers are still 18th after the defeat, our 6th league defeat of the season out of 11 games. I mean, and we'll also get their last 5 results as well. As most of you know, they played on Thursday, losing to Exeter. They beat Crawley 5-3 in the mad game that was only one of 2 games on during international break, where Marquis got his first 2 goals of the season. Drew to Bolton. I think they were 2-0 up as well, I believe, away at Bolton. They lost to Stockport 2-0 at home, and then they drew to the Rotherham. So to be fair, even the games, like, they haven't been getting battered. They've got some good results, especially in their last 2 away games. They've scored 7 goals in their last 2 away games, which is pretty mental. Yeah, what's your thoughts on Shrewsbury? Because I think when we did our season preview and we done our teams to get relegated, I'm pretty sure me, you, and Josh had Shrewsbury to get relegated. And yeah, they're not doing well. You know, I think they're currently in the relegation zone. They're in the last spot. What have you made of them? Do you sort of still think of, you know, what you thought at the start of the season, where they'd struggle?
Yeah, I think they're cannon fodder, mate, to be honest. If you look at what they've picked up in the summer, it's a lot of, like I say, you're picking up a lot of players that are good on their day. Well, that ain't going to do much for you. Like, you can't have these. Like, we've got some as well. We've got some at our club. The good on your day bunch don't get you anywhere, because what they put in for you as far as a good performance is few and far between. And they can't do it consistently for you, so therefore, you know, you drop points. I just think they were set up, and they probably knew what the crack was with himself going into this. Yeah, Hurst knew he had a job on his hands, and it was going to be difficult. I think they will be. I think they'll be cannon fodder. I think they'll be right down there all season. They got no superstars, and they can't find a way of really doing anything to try and snack or jag himself a result here and there, really. But the caveat to that is they'll be bang up for this. They'll be bang up for this on Tuesday, because they've had 4 days recovery, 4 days planning, going into a side that are fragile. Fans are on their back, awful on the ball, frighteningly fragile without it. They'll see this as a real opportunity to galvanize themselves and go and get after us and try and make things difficult and try and jag himself a result and get himself going.
Yeah, like you said, it's I was the same. Like, you know, like we said, we predicted him to do poor. You know, 2 wins out of 12. But like you said, this is the game where they'll be confident. And yeah, I think Marquis is available. But yeah, they'll be confident coming here. You know, they haven't been on the best form, but nor have we really, apart from the 2 wins we had before Huddersfield. But before that, 4 defeats in a row. Obviously, even the Swindon game with a more of a second string side, if you will, a battering. So yeah, at the moment, you know, we almost talked about it on the Peterborough episode, where, you know, they'd been struggling, and if you want to come and play any side, home or away, it's Rovers at the moment. Like you said, the crowd will be down. Again, I will be going, but again, you know, if I don't really want to personally, but I will be. And yeah, like you said, it's one of those games. It's going to be probably cold. No one is going to want to go. Even people with season tickets will probably be like, yeah, if I've got a friend that wants to go Rovers and they haven't been in a while, I'll just give it to them. And yeah, it's not. But yeah, we have to win. We have to win. Again, we talked about earlier on, even if we win or whatever, I think they just need to hurry up and make a decision because it's getting a bit silly now, personally. Yeah, I think it was Jake that said, when you said mention cannon fodder or 2-0 Shrewsbury incoming, yeah. But yeah, we will get on to to be fair, like if you look at their squad, like you said, the signings they made is a signings that, to be fair, a lot of their loan players have got potential, but it's one thing with potential. I think a player that I did like, and to be fair, a player that Josh wanted a lot on loan is Castledine. I think he's been one of their better players, but it says a lot when a player that is having his first loan spell away from Chelsea is one of their better players. They've got a lot of experienced players in Ciala, Marquis, as we know. O'Reilly on loan from Villa is another one that's very quick, good on the ball, technically really good. Josh Feeney on loan from Villa, another one that's meant to be one with potential. They've got Ojo, the midfielder that has been in a lot of teams, Aberdeen, Scunthorpe, Port Vale. But yeah, it's a team we have to win. We have to win against and get 3 points. Yeah, Jerry said no when he calls taxi for Matt. Surely Taylor's fed up of it by this point. Rossiter played very well. Yeah, I've seen bits of it, as most of you guys know that watched the episode that me and Josh had it on in the background. But yeah, we'll get into lineup predictions first. I'll go with Josh's lineup first. He's texted me earlier on. So Josh's lineup will be a 4-4-2. So he's finally gone away from the 3. So he's gone Griffiths in goal, back four with Jack Hunt, Taylor Moore, Wilson and Mola. His favourite, Luke Thomas, right midfield. Conte, Grant Ward and Jack Ford as a left midfielder, and a front two of Sinclair and Promise. Let us know in the comments what your lineup would be. But Neil, what lineup would you want to see on Tuesday?
Griffin goal. Connor Taylor in the centre of Willow and Mola. Lindsay and Conter in the middle. Jack Hunt, Sousa wide of that. Sinclair and Sotirio off of Shackford.
Interesting. Shackford up front and still sticking with the 3. Yes. Yeah, again for me, Taylor will probably go with the 3 again, but yeah, if it was me, I would go with Jack Hunt right back. I would go with Connor Taylor, James Wilson in centre back, Mola left back. Although Sousa done very well when he come on against Huddersfield. Right mid, I would go with Shackford. 2 centre mids, I would go with Conte and Grant Ward. Left mid, I would go with Sinclair. And then up top, I would go with Sotirio and Promise. If we had another striker, then I'd take Promise out because, yeah, he's been frustrating to say the least. To be honest, his touch is really frustrating me, to be honest, at the moment. But yeah, I'd probably start Promise just because we've got no other strikers, unless Taylor wants to come out and finally put Luke Thomas back in and put him right mid and forward up front. But yeah, that would be my starting 11. Harry's got his there. Griffiths, Hunt, Wilson, Taylor, Mola, Ford, Ward, Conte, Scotty, Promise and Sotirio. So yeah, that's the same team as me as well. who else is? I'll send mine shortly on X. But okay, we'll get into predictions in a sec. Matt has gone with Griffiths, Taylor, Wilson, Mola, Hunt, Lindsay, Conte, Souza, Ford, Rule, and Sinclair. I think that's the same team as what you've gone with, Neil. Andy saying we should just take the handbrake off on Tuesday, be positive, and go for a win. We're getting battered by being defensive. So, what is it? 100% with some of the attacking players we've got and who we've recruited. Then it's been frustrating seeing us just be defensive, but then not be defensive at the same time. So, we'll get on to score predictions. Again, I will go with Josh's first. Josh has gone for. Well, first of all, I'll let you guess what you think his score prediction is. What do you reckon, Neil? What do you reckon Josh is?
What Josh is? Probably 6-0 Rovers.
Like that. He's gone 3-1. 3-1 Rovers. He's gone with Promise, Sinclair, and Shatford to score for us, and Marquis to score for Shrewsbury. So get your predictions down in the comments. There's still 87 of you in, so can we see 87 predictions? It might take us a while to get through them, but please get in your score predictions, and we will get to them in a sec. Neil, can we get back to winning ways?
We can. I'm not.
Do you think we will?
I'm not. I 1-1. I reckon.
1-1. Yeah, I can. Yeah, to be fair, I can see that easily. To be fair, I can see it just be one of those absolute shockers on a Tuesday night, attendance crap and stuff like that. Goal scorers for both sides.
Inciala for them, probably from a back post header from a set piece.
Yeah.
And or a second phase, something like that. And Shaq late for us.
Yeah. So we'll get to a few in the comments, but get them all in. There's loads of you in. Like I said, get in your score predictions. If you don't leave your prediction now, then make sure you leave it after in the comments. So and remember, all of these will count towards the Rovers home shirt or away shirt giveaway at the end of the season when we do it. So let's go with a few. So we've got Paul Davis has gone 2-1 Shrewsbury. Hopefully, so Matt Taylor can get a taxi for the mem afterwards. Matt's has gone 3-1 Rovers. They'll make us look good. Alicia has gone 1-0 Shrewsbury, I believe. Harry Jenkins has also gone 1-0 Shrewsbury. Chris Collier has gone 1-1 Sinclair to score. Thatcher's end Sam will be an 11th minute Marquis winner. Yeah, it would. Yeah, I can see that because he just scores all the time against us, doesn't he? Jake saying, I like Promise, but holy Christ, his touch. Yeah, his touch is so bad. Even to Dan as well. Just a matter of time, the problems come from the very top. Yeah. Jermaine has gone 2-1 Rovers. Josh Bingham 2-0 Rovers. Lovely. More wins. Until we come to Ben Darrell. 2-1 Shrewsbury. Ben is, to be fair, one of the most one of the more optimistic as well. But even he's going for a 2-1 Shrewsbury. Tom Butler has gone 2-0 Rovers, but I want Matt Taylor out. So what will it mean? Yeah, and as you can see, Tom's very good at predictions. Currently second in the league. Weirdwood Net has gone 5-0 Shrewsbury. Bloody hell! God knows what would happen if that would if that would happen. Jesus Christ, Taylor out as well. Lewis Brody, thanks for leaving yours as well. 1-0 Shrewsbury. Simon says Lindsay is another James Hunt from what I've seen, or do you mean Jack Hunt? Very underwhelming. We'll definitely win Tuesday though. 3-1 Gas. Harry Jenkins. Nah, you can't leave another one. I'm taking your first one, Harry. You said 1-0. 0-0. Abdul Latif walks out as gaffer second half. So 0-0. Andy Robbins has gone 2-0 Shrews. We're absolutely abysmal right now. Ronnie Martin has gone 3-1. We will turn up. Any more? Jake Barber says 1-0 Shrewsbury. Do not see a win coming. What was it? Yeah, the reception was class. I think that was the only time people stood up on their feet, really. Was for Evans coming on. Yeah, it was. As you can imagine, it was a brilliant reception. Yeah. And Matt Bray has gone for his lineup. We'll quickly get over that. Don't know what's. Yeah, Griffiths, Mola, Wilson, Taylor Moore, Sinclair, Ward, Conte, Thomas, Shack, Roard. Ben saying going to be up for it, aren't they? Rossiter and Marcus Peptal. Yeah, 100%. Matt Bray's gone 2-1 Rovers. That's the thing. To be fair, I seen him yesterday. Hopefully he's back soon. Tom Butler saying, I'm not sure to be fair, it's pretty much all I seen was the full-time whistle, Taylor straight down the tunnel, then I was out. So I didn't see. Did you stay for that little bit longer, Neil, to see if?
Yeah, I had a little look, and for me, he interacted with pretty much everyone that he could do that was pitch side that he knew of from obviously his time considering the turnover of staff.
Yeah.
Taylor, they didn't even make eye contact with each other. Like, not the slightest, nothing from them two. But everyone else, he was dead good with, like kit men, stuff like that,
Yeah.
But he never came over to us. No, he never came over to us. He did what he did for his own fans, and then Huddersfield lot, and then went down the tunnel. But I don't blame him. But yeah, he got a decent rap off of us lot. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. David Horseman's Tricky Blues. Yeah, I'm still don't know why we got him in. Sacked at Forest Green, used to be I think he worked at City, but yeah, that's the thing as well. It'd probably be another massive turnover, wouldn't it, as well? Because I doubt a new manager, if they were to come in, whenever, would want their assistance as well, wouldn't they? So yeah, well, what time did you lads end up getting back? What time did you get back, Neil?
Mine was 9:15.
9:15. I got back at about 9:15, I think. Yeah, it was a lot better. As most of you know, it took us 6.5 hours to get there, and I wish, what the hell, what a waste of time that was. Before we were time trying to, we were dying for a smash and grab. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with mine. Obviously, Neil, as you know, Neil's gone for 1-1. Josh has gone for 3-1 Rovers. I think we will win just because I think Shrewsbury are so poor. I'm going to go for I'd love to say a clean sheet, but I can't see us keeping a clean sheet. I'll go 2-1 Rovers. I'll go with Shaq Ford and Sinclair to score for us. And it's written in the stars for Marquis to score. But yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's our predictions. Did I end up at Chase? No, I didn't. No. I did go out. I went town for a couple. But yeah, I didn't go. I think, to be fair, I think Chase is shut down. I think Chase is shut down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's shut down. No. I was here in the other day.
Taylor's gone, the Chase is on.
Yeah,
he'll be Ramo.
Sure. I'm pretty sure, it's shut. I think a lot of people, or it's meant to be. But yeah, you're probably too young to remember James Hunt, very poor Rovers. I started going from 07. I started going clean sheet. That's what I've gone with 2-1. No, I definitely went in prison. I ain't been there since I was like 20. Chase's is closed. Yeah, there you go. Jake's Barber's in there every week. Yeah, Chase's is closing in December. Yeah, rest in peace, Chase.
Football club's gone tits up, innit? Everything's going wrong.
Yeah, it's a shambles. But yeah, Xmas. Yeah, we're gonna leave it now. But a lot of people saying Chase is closing in December. Xmas. Yeah, gotta be done.
Do a GoFundMe. Let's get it going. Do a GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, mine. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but there you go. But yeah, we're going to end it now. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Loads and loads of you have tuned in. Like I said, if you're new and you've only just tuned in tonight, then please do subscribe. It's free to do so. Hit the red subscribe button. Leave a like. Thanks to Neil as always. back from his Halloween party the other night, back on. Josh will be back on Thursday. Make sure you join us Thursday as we'll be reacting to Shrewsbury, and we'll be looking ahead to Reading. Hopefully we can have someone from Reading on. But yeah, leave a like, subscribe, follow the Talking Gas on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to Josh's channel, Gas Fan TV. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. There will be a reaction again out on Tuesday. I'll try and get a vlog as well, South Stand vlog Gas. But yeah, thanks to everyone tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you in a bit. Up the gas.